Hey guys, welcome to this new series where I talk a lot. So why start a series where I talk a lot? The first reason is that I want to build a community around the channel. We interacted through the comments, we even followed each other on Instagram, and I even met some of you in person. I'm hoping that through this series, I'll be able to connect with you guys even more. The second reason is that I want to improve my communication skills or my YouTubing skills. In the past few videos, I tried talking in front of the camera, which was really awkward. It's not that I'm shy, I'm not. But talking to the camera is so unnatural, and I know that it will take a lot of practice before I get better at it. Also, English is not my first language, so I want to improve in that area. With that said, I want this series to be free-flowing but still have some structure. Here are the segments that I initially thought of. We'll talk about updates. This includes new gear and accessories. I'll also share if I have upcoming trips and announce photo walks that I organize. And also life updates, because I'm interesting. Next is From the Archives, where I will share some of my favorite photos, talk about related stories, what I like about the photo, what I would have changed, and basically relive the moment of taking the shot. Next is Subscriber Spotlight, where I will share some of your photos and your links. So basically a segment that is all about you. Next is Question and Answer, about what gear I use, how I edit, how I make zero money in street photography, anything under the sun. So if you have any questions, comment below so I can answer them on the next episode. The last segment is about photographers and creators that you should know about. This segment is about people who inspire me to do better in my craft. These are the people that I think we should learn from, whose work increases my appreciation for the art. And with that long intro, let's start. After uploading the CineStill 800D no edit episode, I got a lot of messages about getting a diffusion filter. Here's a piece of trivia. I never tried any filter at all, so looking it up was very informative. Coincidentally, when I met up with a friend, he also told me about diffusion filters. So being wise about managing my finances, I ordered the Moment Cinebloom filter, which will arrive next month. I'm excited to try it out on the streets and do a review, because that's what YouTubers do. In connection with diffusion filters, I learned about a new word, halation. Apparently, it means the spreading of light beyond its proper boundaries to form a fog around the edges of a bright image in a photograph or on a television screen. So something like this. According to Moment's website, diffusion filters have been helping cinematographers create their look for generations. These filters can be used for lifting contrast, also creating halation, or glowing effects to specular light sources in a scene. Will this improve my photography? Well, probably not, but it will add something to my aesthetics. We'll see once it arrives. Next update is that I recently moved my video editing workflow from my small laptop to this iMac. I noticed a slight increase in my productivity, which I hope will translate to better videos. Also, I'm slowly shifting my photo editing workflow from Luminar back to Lightroom. Once that transition is complete, I might explore making presets. Those are all the recent updates. Let's move on to the next segment. I live near my office, about 20 minutes away, or 15 if you are rushing. This short walk is also the time I practice my street photography. I took this photo as soon as I arrived at the office one day. While still catching my breath, I looked through our glass window and saw this light slicing everything in the middle. I immediately took a photo as though the light would soon disappear. I stayed there for a while, to the point where even my office mates got curious about what was making me excited. Every day since then, I would wait for this light. I was eager to try a different composition or find other subjects the light would hit. I never got another chance. Today, this photo is no longer possible to recreate. The company I worked for closed soon after. I no longer have access to the same vantage point. More than that, a new building will soon be completed, blocking the sunlight that hits this parking lot. That light that I saw was once in a lifetime experience. The next shot is from one of my earlier photo walk POV. I was on my way to the supermarket when I saw these changing digital billboards. It was raining and this was a covered area, so I thought I'll stay here for a bit and see if I can find interesting frames. One of the photos displayed was a photo of these two Filipino celebrities. I waited for people to pass by to get a silhouette, and this guy with a mask looking at his phone passed by. I'm happy with how it turned out. The juxtaposition of a happy summer vibe against a guy wearing a mask and focused on his phone made a good story. This was a reflection of our story here in Manila. We spent the summer not on beautiful beaches but at home, quarantined in our city. Those are the photos that I wanted to share to you today. Since this is the first episode and I don't have the questions yet, here's a common question that I always get from Instagram. What lenses do I use? I have the Fujinon 23, 35, and 50 all f2. The reasons why I got this over their wider aperture counterparts are that they are small, cheaper, and weather resistant. I love shooting in the rain, and I got these lenses soaked multiple times when I was in Japan. I don't see a strong need to get a faster version of these lenses. Even when I borrowed the 56 and the Viltrox 85, I still tend to shoot in the 2 to 2.8 aperture range. I also have the 18mm from the X70, so I won't be getting a separate 18mm lens anytime soon. In total, the focal lengths that I've tried so far are 16, 18, 23, 35, 50, 56, and 85. If you have a focal length that I have not mentioned and you live in my area, please let me borrow. That would make me very happy. Again, if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below or DM me in Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, here's a photographer that I think you should know about. Firstly is a multidisciplinary visual artist who is also a street and documentary photographer. He's a master in using layers in his composition. While there is usually a main subject, the way he uses the elements in the frame makes you want to explore the whole photo. I particularly enjoy looking at his compositions that utilize juxtaposition, like this one. This is really clever. I'm sure that it takes a lot of mindfulness and timing to notice this frame. Seeing how he uses holes, puddles, and random things as frames to create amazing photos encourages me to find exciting photos in the mundane. I hope to showcase his work again in the future, perhaps in a standalone video studying and admiring his images. Until then, check out his Instagram. The link is down in the description below. That concludes the first episode of Kebs Talks. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to help me, please share the video. Thanks for watching. This has been Kebs, and I need to make a closer. If I have upcoming trips, yes, I ordered the Cine Bloom. It's easy. To form a fog. I noticed a slight increase in my foot. Slow tuloy. I don't see again.